So you get this idea, right? You want to help others?
Yeah.
My name is Ed Keller. I am the president and founder of the Hear Strong Foundation. And the foundation was started simply to tell the stories of people who have overcome the challenges of their hearing loss. In life, we all have challenges. But what defines who we are as individuals is what we do about that. 1 in 5 teenagers has hearing loss. Did anybody have any idea that that was that significant? 60% of our veterans who have returned from Iraq and Afghanistan have some degree of hearing loss. Let's look at those veterans who come back after making all those sacrifices. They're older, they have to now start their career from day one, and now we're going to tell them you don't get to make as much money. Now, I really don't want to bring it down with these depressing stats, but if we don't acknowledge them, we can't do something about them. And that's really what the Hear Strong Foundation is about. It's about telling the inspiring stories, so when they hear stories about people like Nancy and Eliza, that they can say, you know what, if they can do it, maybe I can too. I'd first like to introduce Mr. Brian McCaskey. It was certainly quite an honor for our organization. He has served in many roles in the training as well as in the marketing and business development. Was part of the Bears during the 2007 NFC Championship.
You don't know me, but I'm the 10th of 11 children. So when Ed said, we're going to have this event, I said, well, I get to talk? He said, sure. I said, I'm in. I said, are we going to have lunch? He said, absolutely. I said, for sure I'm in. And this room is important for a couple reasons. One, obviously the setting we're in with Jim Lovell, Captain Jim Lovell, Commander, Apollo 8, Apollo 13. You know the story. You probably saw the movie. Well, the amazing thing about Captain Jim Lovell is he also has hearing aids. And I only recently found that out. But again, not being no stranger to hearing issues, or no stranger to ear issues, but I'm new to hearing loss. You know, just a minute ago I was talking with Nancy, and everybody was talking over here in the room, and I was able to take my hearing aids and switch the sound from all around and just point them right at Nancy, which allowed me to hear her that much better. Eliza, how old are you?
12.
You're 12. I have a 10-year-old daughter, soccer player. A little small yet to sit in the front seat with Dad, so she's in the back. Of course, she speaks in a soft voice, and the more I ask her to speak up, the softer she gets. Well, I got to keep my eyes forward. I can't look back to read her lips, and I got to keep my eyes on the road. But I can switch my hearing aids with my streamer to point backwards. So my eyes are forward, my ears are backwards, and I can talk with my daughter after soccer practice. So at the end of the day, maybe our slogan is this. You know, we're going to be opening doors, and in that respect, opening the world to people that need it. And it's not the old people. We want people to look at hearing aids no differently than when people are wearing glasses. If we can get to that point, I think we'll be in a special place.
Our next executive board member is the Chief Revenue Officer of the NBRPA, the NBA's Retired Players Association.
Hearing loss to me is a regular, ordinary issue that everybody is impacted by at some point in your life, whether or not you know someone or know someone that knows someone. I want to do my part with it because I know that in their worlds, they're impacted by hearing loss, whether or not it's themselves or their mother, father, or grandfather, or neighbor, or babysitter, or whomever. But I get this call from this old lady. I said, you okay? And she said, yeah, you know, it's raining here. And I'm able to hear the raindrops. And it just got me. And I said, you see, this is why we have to keep doing this. I'm happy to meet the champions. You guys are not alone. We're going to shout it to the mountaintop that you're here. We are new and we're fresh, and we're going to make a difference to help us every way. Thank you for allowing me.
I'd like to start with our first champion who actually isn't here. Instead of coming and get self-acknowledgement, she went to help others. So Karen Poots had a hearing as a child, but had a significant incident when she was barefoot water skiing at the age of 19, which caused a traumatic injury. But you know, she went through some challenges, and it was an emotional time for her. But she decided it wasn't going to hold her back, and she hasn't looked back ever since. She actually runs a very popular blog that is helping people understand this and change their lives, called A Deaf Mom Shares Her World. So unfortunately, she can't be here. She also has 3 children, all and a husband, all of which who have hearing loss. So it's a lifestyle, and they have not let that hold them back. But she also went out back barefoot water skiing at the age of 45. So pretty. I can't water ski, so. But we do have her medal here, which we will get to her, and we'll send her that picture as well. Nancy was diagnosed with Meniere's disease at the age of 21. Started with dizziness episodes and tinnitus, ultimately causing hearing loss. Got hearing aids, and it really helped her get back into the experience of life. She even started her own business where she's doing web design and marketing. I mean, think about having a limitation in your communication, and then be that engaged with customer service. And I just think that's such a cool thing. And
I think my story resonates a lot with Mr. Murkowski when he was telling his story. I was like, I think we're twins here. The whole point of my journey was, I'm not going to let it stop me. I wrote a book. And I wrote a book because I wanted people to understand that, you know, when I walk, I'm not drunk. I wanted people to understand that, you know, there's a reason why I can't hear you. And when you get activated, everybody sounds like, it's a very technical way, you know, everybody's technical talking, they sound like munchkins. When we walked outside after that, I hear this sound, and I didn't understand what it was, and I asked my husband, I said, what is that? He goes, those are birds chirping, honey. And I cried at that point, and the reason why I cried was not because I couldn't hear the birds. It was the fact that my progressive hearing loss for 5 years or more prevented me from hearing all the stuff that was so important to me. And when we were talking about, you know, feeling isolated and depressed and being left out of conversations, that's exactly what I encounter. Even still to this day, it's still a battle. And like talking on the phone, it's still a battle, but I don't give up. Being blind is one thing, because you can see that somebody's blind. Okay, you can see that. That's a tangible visual thing. But when somebody is deaf or they're hard of hearing, you cannot see that. But I appreciate the award, and whatever I can do in the future to help your organization, I would really love to be a part of it.
One of the coolest 12-year-olds I've ever met in my entire life. Let me just tell you that. Eliza Peters is a very special girl, because once she got hearing better, it was just nothing holding her back. And as we're in here talking earlier, not only is she doing basketball now, what else? What are the other sports?
I dance and then I play golf.
She dances and she plays golf.
She asked me if I was interested in doing a project to inspire young girls and people to make a difference. And I was like, okay. And I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was like, okay, I'm doing something Sarah Spade. I'm awesome. It's gonna be cool. And so then she was like, well, you can come up with the idea. And so I was like, okay, why don't we just do hearing aids? Because I wear hearing aids and I'm hard hearing and I want to help others. This spring we gave out our first pair of hearing aids to someone in my area, someone in the Fox Valley area. And so then we raised $19,000.
Wow. Well, that is incredible. So, anyway, quite an accomplishment at your age. You've done all. So what are you going to do for an encore?
I'm starting it out next year again.
Are you really? Really? That is great news. So I'm going to ask, since you're a Bears fan, I'm going to ask Mr. Brian McCaskey to come up here and present you with your gold medal.
thank you for getting emotional and not making me look like a wuss. Thank you.
Go.
Liza, okay, I have a problem, I need your help.
Okay.
I need to give away some money today.
Woo!
From my charity, I would like to donate to your favorite charity in your honor, $5,000.
Thank you so much.
I think what you're doing is extraordinary. I can't believe you're only 12. You're same size shape as my little 10-year-old, and you sound just like her. I think you used the word light 47 times.